What'd you do, Andre?
Uh,
You dropped the toothpaste, didn't you?
yeah.
Hello, this is the team captain of Team ToooBananas coming at you with a cell deck profile. You might notice this, both these builds are a lot different than normal. I decided to take leaders I've never built leaders with before, even maybe some I have, and kind of just make decks with them. Ones that you wouldn't normally see. Yes, there's no cell chain in this deck. I did pretty well. Played at least 10 to 15 games with it online. One majority of my games, only lost kind of in the early matches. Because I was just fine-tuning the deck and things like that. But I like this deck a lot. The two versions are Piccolo Strategist and the Results of Trainings. The Results of Training is more defensive, so that you can awaken at a higher life, and then you can food a little bit sooner. You can food and tap out, which will allow you to not die when you're by potential death. You know what I mean? Honestly, if you're playing with when you tap out and you don't win, you have a chance of dying, but it's very low. So yeah, there's that. Cell's ability, place one card underneath them and kill a 3 or lower drop on your opponent's board. Pretty nice. Awakens at 4 life, draw 2 cards. Other side is place one card underneath this card, draw 2. So you can draw, and you can basically draw a card and not attack, which is nice. Also allows you to filter through dead cards. So if you already use Results of Trainings, those can be mana, or they can become cards underneath them to draw. The other ability is take 2 cards and pop something on the board, which is nice because it doesn't have a requirement on it. So the main kill of the deck is the Foo Shrouded Mystery. It's pretty easy to pull this out very consistently. There's so much filtering and draw power. It's pretty easy to do, and eating cards in the graveyard is there. This basically is a Bloodlust to your opponent's board, and their hand. So anything they're going to play for this turn, next turn is Bloodlusted, so it's pretty nice. Makes you to set your opponent for an easy kill. Next is 2 Mysterious Warriors. This is for just more removal, because this deck is a very control-based deck. And so you may need some removal, and this is an instant 1 mana remove some shit, so it's pretty nice. I only need 2 of them, that's all I need, and since there's so much cards hitting my graveyard, it's pretty easy to pull these cards off. Next card, as long as you don't, you know what I mean, you don't overwhelm. Try to overwhelm when you're at 5 or 6, that way you don't lose too many cards to your Mystery Boo. Next is 4 Majin Boos. Run this card, it's a blue draw card, it's nice to run. 4 Senzu Beans, you don't necessarily need to play 4. I have 4 just so I draw the card. I try to maximize everything I'm going to be needing in this deck, so that I would have more chance of drawing. And Senzu Beans, I charge the first one, second one I might charge as well, and then after that I'll just keep 2 for, you know what I mean, for comboing purposes. Next is 4 with Coercions, because you're a control-based deck, and this will allow you to negate things more effectively, and you can always tap a blue to get a green back alive, which will make your speedy surprise attacks alive. Because you don't run that much green, because you usually have 1 or 2 green mana. You can always tap one. If you played your Crate Android, shit, I don't have a green now. With Coercion, taps the blue, and bam, you have your surprise attack is pretty alive now. 4 Kais. I usually play the first 3 and charge the 4th. Unless I have like 2 or 3 in my hand, then I will charge the first one. Most likely I won't. I love this card a lot because it allows you to turbo out the cards that you need. And there's options after Foo, that after you play your Foo, you're my shit, what am I going to do with all this mana? Which is will come into the Result of Training, which will allow you to awaken super early. Usually some turn 3, as long as you're careful and you're smart with your plays. Pretty dope. Or play the Piccolos, which will allow you to pull out the Piccolos as well. So that's an option right there with your Kais. After your Shrouded Mystery, and also the General of Demolition Barriers. Pretty nice card. Swings in, even if they stop this card, they're negating 2 out of their hand. Yes, that's a lot to do, but they have to instantly deal with it. So if you just Shrouded Mystery the turn before and your opponent lived, playing a Bearish in your turn is most likely a kill, because they have such a small hand, because the only cards they drew is at the beginning of their turn and then when their leader attacked. So at that point, their hand should be pretty small if you didn't kill them off already. And this is the game ender right there. So it's pretty nice. You have 3 of them just so you can draw it. And you don't accidentally lose it by some kind of destruction or saving your life. Next is 4 Crate Androids. This really allows you to filter through your deck. Gets rid of your cards you don't need in your hand, and allows you to build up for your Overwhelm. 4's, honestly, this card's amazing. It should be 4 in all Android decks. 4 Surprise Attacks, because I love this card a lot. You can negate an attack, and if they have something small on their board, discard a card and pop a 3-drop. So it's really nice if your opponent plays a Kaba or whatever and swings their leader or does something. Basically allows you to negate an attack and kill something else, so potentially you're stopping 2 attacks, which is nice. 3 combination attack Android 14s for more removal. I don't play the Go 10s because this guy likes card a lot more. It's an Android card. Yes, you don't specify the actual target with this. Your opponent chooses, but this is pretty nice because your cell usually pops a bunch of other low drops along with your the surprise attack. So majority of the time when you play this, they won't have too many small cards on the board. Plus, if you combo this with your ultimate life form, you get about 2. Honestly, you can get a couple turns in a row, getting 3 kills a turn with your surprise attack, your combination, and your life form. Which honestly, it might seem like you're negging a lot of cards, but this deck draws a lot, so it's not a big deal. Next is the super combo hand destruction card. You may be wondering, why do I play this with my hand destruction? Because I play the other super combos where I'm drawing anyways. So it's pretty nice to be able to neg a card out of their hand and also be able to draw as well. Honestly, I love this card a lot. It's one of my favorite super combos. I mean, it's a very powerful card. Next is 3 Chilling Terrors. You really only need... I 3 of this card, so I draw it before. It seemed like I draw it too much. So 3 is a good number. Allows you to lock your opponent out of life if they're trying to aggro you down. So it's pretty good. It makes your opponent have to remove it. Yes, people run a lot of removal for this card, but they have to deal with it instantly. You just keep it, never attack with this card. There's no reason to. And if they play a leader that untaps mana instead, you can just charge this card to play it onto your cell. Or if you draw this card too late, it's mana or it's cards underneath your cell. So I love the cell because dead cards instantly become food for cell, which is amazing. 2 further destruction Champas. That way, I love this card a lot in my decks because you can, if you ever get the swing in your opponent's at 2, you can kill them and fuck them over. Also, if you played your Shower and Mystery, you can swing with your cell, combo with the further destruction, and just shit on your opponent's chest. Next is the other 4 super combos, basically super combos. Run 4 of those. Any decks I can. It's a really good card. But this is the deck profile. I love this deck a lot. I would say I don't know. I'm different about this deck. I love it a lot, but then it's also very slow and control-y, which I do like some decks, but I do like some more fun decks. And this deck is fun. It does control a lot. Normally, you want to keep a couple negates in your hand, depending on what your opponent's playing. Speed, surprise attack, and a coercion keeping your hand is good, and also a boo. This deck allows you to play a lot of options and have a lot of removal, and I don't know, it's a fun deck, and it's a cell. If you like the cell leader, but you don't want to play the cell engine, or you want some diversity, here it is. Have a good one. Don't forget to like and subscribe.